Hey everyone, back. So I'll be doing a few tutorials to show you how you can actually use the SDK in live so you can see its use. So if anyone wish, they can find all the information necessary within this video. So you can use anything you want, Expo, React, whatever you suits you. Actually, even in the server Node.js, it wouldn't make a difference. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be using an Expo empty project. I'll start a new one. And actually, I'm just gonna move in a few already built components so it can make it easy to view. Or we can create everything from scratch. Just to compress the time or to reduce the time, it's better actually to have pre-made components because it does really take time to design them, actually give them colors, choosing colors and choosing style with, and each have its preference. Let's call this. Let's actually make it look like terminal. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write. We're gonna create a Tori Expo. So first let's cmd. Then we're gonna add npx expo npx create dash expo dash add latest dash, we're gonna call it my dash or give it a few minutes, should pop up. So by the meantime, let's give a look at Tori. Tori is really easy to use. It's not really complicated. First of all, you can choose where you want to use it using npm, bash, PowerShell command, whatever it's your preference, a yarn, more better and suitable, pnpms, or ban. Depends what CLI and what prom are you using. So for me, I'd rather go, since I started npx, better continue with npm. Story is really nice also. It's not complex. I think the total file. What's nice about Tori that you can build your UI and packet it all together in one single browser where actually you don't actually need to load it because it's going to be already compiled to an HTML file, which is inside the dist folder, which you can use straightforward. Or you can use in development mode, you can give it the URL if you wish to. It's really easy, actually, not complex to learn. It took me like the first time when I used the Tori the first time, it took me just a few seconds. And it's not actually complex a bit when it comes to merging it with the using it with Expo or React Native is really, really easy. Like you're not gonna get any problems or error prompts. Like in the other hand, if you use it in Electron, you may get a lot of errors bypassing also with the TypeScript and so on. On Tori, on the other hand, it's like taking straightforward the dest file folder or the or the output of the URL after you starting the dev mode or after you actually build your dust file folder, which is nice. So we're gonna go to our folder, which is my dash board. So since I put it as this, so now over here we're gonna put Tori. Or actually not create. Should we should have add npm or recreate. No, actually it is correct. npm Tori create, which will create another separate folder of the Tori inside. Tori app, identifier, Tori TypeScript. You see, Tori is really nice. As I said, is it JavaScript, TypeScript, npm. Well, we're just gonna use the npm packages, vanilla. Can keep it vanilla TypeScript, and should be fine as this as configurations. So actually vanilla is JavaScript from the beginning, but TypeScript is just a redefinition to catch error within JavaScript itself. JavaScript is messy sometimes, catching errors or argument undefined in some cases. So they made it TypeScript, which actually more strict within argument and props passed within functions. So let's open this project. So just write code space. Let's get back, close this one. CD, let's go back. Again, let's go more further back. Sorry, just missing 2 dots. Okay, oh yeah. Now that's it, that's good. So let's close and let's exit. Should exit. Anyway, so let's open this way. So as you can see, it's already created already for us a folder, a dust, and a main. Main actually is taken whatever we're gonna be given it. And as this is over here. Main require a package which is story equal event. So what I'll be doing, you don't need the scar. Actually, you can, I'll show you how you can configure it. You don't need this scar folder anyway, or either the main. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna go to your package over here. You see what it's gonna be saying dev into start. So just gonna do if I remember, it is dev test. It's a database URL, I think. Let me just remember quite well. This is the package within. We need. Yeah, it's over here. So for the front is the dust folder, straightforward, which we have over here. We're just gonna need to highlight it since it should be. So what we would do usually, because I created a folder file over configurations. So my dust usually is gonna be here, and the config JSON was already inside my Tory SCA. So I can package JSON, which actually have Tory dependencies. I can merge the both. I can merge the both actually packages into one and then npm and then use this to make it more proper and removing one array out, which would make it proper. Actually, you can actually just move this one over here. I don't need all of that. And we're gonna need just the dependencies. Let me see. This one, package JSON. We're gonna need this one and that one under a single package. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the npms instead and install those packages using the npm. It's more safer. So npm I first package, which should be under --save or --div. Oh no, actually not div, --save. Sorry. Which should post it on save. No. Uh, Actually, you can do just not div, just do one dash d. It should put it under development. It didn't actually do it. With the yarn, it's more simplified. So actually, it is correct. It's just that this one's supposed to be capital. Yes, now it is. The other way is actually also the other way is was actually correct. It's just that I missed to add a div over here. So if you want to add it over this side here, just do either the first one a capital D and then a dash a div also work too. So we want to test this one, I can test it for you so you don't say that it's not working or untested. I'm gonna remove it again, and then I'm gonna put it again using a different command. So as you can see, either a capital D or either that one, both of them are working. So we will add the next package. Let me just double check that we added the correct one. Nope. So we're gonna remove the package one more time. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna add it, and we're just gonna add an at next to it. Make sure that you add exactly the same package as they have put it in the package itself. We delete this too, keep this, and we just do this, and it should add the newest version, which is perfect. Now, same thing with query operator opener. So we're just gonna remove this, and then it should be perfect. And actually, let me see, I have actually did a few things wrong. So just give me 1 sec, I'm just gonna remove those again. No, first is just the CLI, which is gonna be over the dev dependencies. Now, just gonna remove perfect. Now, app plugin should be just install normal. Well, app also should be just install normal. For our TS config, we're just gonna copy the same TS and add it inside here. So we're just gonna add the configuration, not everything, because we still need to keep things. So just copy the target, include, then get back to configuration. And then inside here we have compiler static true. You put everything inside there and add fast. Remove any duplication. It should be good. Set. Now readme file, we have a JSON, we have an index, which we may add it outside here and ignore because I want to merge both into one. And a package. Actually, we're gonna keep the, because Tori, I just remember Tori use a dev host, which is a program which use a host diff, which is a different config. So I'm gonna keep this here, this one here. Do not save. Okay, so let us first build and I'll show you how you can run it. So we're just gonna change only one small thing after thinking, because it already have its own configuration which build the browser through using vconf config. So inside here I'm gonna mute this one. This is for the dev, or actually we can keep it, which gonna take a local host, which we're gonna match it to our local host 8081. And actually it is this one outside should so I don't need this. I'm gonna try this first. If it worked, it's work. Didn't. We can create another. So I'll remove this one. Yeah, so this for me should be fine. So if you do, you're gonna have first, if you want to run it into the diff, you will have actually to run both of them. So we're gonna do yarn install first over here. So which gonna give us a port of 8081, which I already added over here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open a second, dive into Tori, and I'm gonna say Tori. Sorry, cd Tori. cd. Okay, I forget one thing. Let me just, okay, it's not an issue. cd star dash Tori. Sorry, source. Dash app, sorry. Actually, I should take off source outside. Remove this app. Now it's not moving because we're building. Once I'm gonna stop the build, it should move outside, which is what we needed. Ignore, we have added it over here already. So let me install again and cd Tori then npm diff Tori diff. think I removed it, the Tory configuration. Tory div. Okay. Tory build, which will pass through the build over here, which we don't need. But I think I have deleted the v, as I said, the v config, which actually allow us to view the things. Since it's open over here, it would not allow us to delete it. Let me just create another Tory using the command Tory create. So instead of recreating, like I said, I added the CLI. It's already inside. That's why I removed the folder. What I'm gonna do is, since I have the CLI and I can access Tory actually from here, Tory, I just gonna do Tory init, which should work. I think I had it added the CLI, yes. Oh yeah, it would not actually work with npm. It is correct, but it's just because I'm using, forgot to put npm or npx. Sorry, init. So it's the same project, dashboard title. As you see, it's gonna go through the port with us, and then build the config. And as I was gonna do the same thing, but only the difference, it's added it already over here. So if I click now, if I write Tory npx Tory div, it should start the Tory for us as a window. Over here it says npm run div. Okay, npx, because let me double check. Sorry, I just gonna add 881 80, and the error is because there's no dest folder yet, or build folder, or dest build there isn't yet. So what I'm gonna do is just run this, and because the second command say over here start before, so I just gonna write npx or npm run start, or npm yarn start actually -c. And now if I run this, it should actually toggle the project, run the port for us for the project, and get the port, which is this one over here, distributed to Tory. We should not get error because in the beginning it was looking for the dust folder or the build which was not created yet. So now we are waiting for the server to start at this port, which would be taking a bit of time. And for the server, because we're gonna need to declare the pod, that's the issue over here. So what we're gonna do is npm, if we check our packages, should see that we can do over here npm star dash web dash dash web, which actually gonna bypass for us this and toggle the web straightforward. So if we do it again, Tori star, as you can see, it toggled the web straightforward. Project is in the process of build, but it's more faster if you have a dest folder built already for you. Now it's just waiting and listening to this port, which may take just a few seconds to build. What's nice about Tori, you can customize your window through here. You have also functions inside which you can toggle their roads, sorry, with the Rust. If you are not familiar with the Rust, it's really nice program language too. The really fastest, doesn't eat memory in the background, and it's really used by many companies in their servers. There is functions that you can toggle using your Rust. There is, I'm gonna show you right now. If you just bear with me, we're gonna use some of the functions that they are in Tori. Let me just review where they were last time. There is a package which allow you to get the window size, get a lot of informations. Over here you can add config a library actually. Just bear with me. Where it's not in this one. As you see, it's building. Once it's gonna finish, it's gonna give us a window prompt, not like Chrome, but a separate window prompt, which actually refers to Tori itself. No, sorry, I may have given it the wrong port. Yeah, so we may have give our Tori a wrong port. So the best thing to do is shut down, shut down. That's why it didn't toggle, because it's the wrong port. So it's 8081. And sorry for that. We're gonna have to wait just for the one more time to build. We should get a page as this one, which is a navigation tab, which made by Expo. Now, since the port is already, that's why you see in the package downloaded, because now the port has been activated and Tori was listening for the port with this number URL. Once it got activated, it started downloading the packages, which they're gonna use to compile the package for us. As I said, it's more preferable to actually have a dest folder built for you, which actually doesn't take long to compile. And actually in compiling process, you will have to compile that package. So to make it easy, make sure that the build configuration are single file or single app. Tori actually can handle multiple state like static or server, for example, the output should be either single or bland or server. You may double check with the Expo config app configuration. Now we are done. We're just now waiting for Tori to build the window. So this is why it's not preferable to have it. You should have a dust folder build, because as you can see, while it's building Tori, it's building. Also Expo is building in the same time, which doesn't allow them both to have a good. So the best thing you can do is run this before build command. Actually, I would actually, sorry, let me just see. We're gonna actually do this start, or let me just npx expo export dash b dash, and let's do div. You see front end dist folder, just add 2./dist. Actually, I didn't set the configurations where it should be here. It's statics. So over here we should put it single, but statics also work. Just make sure it's not Blender or server. So it's building for us this folder. It was not here earlier, but it's just got created. Now it's building inside of it the scripts and the file. You cannot see them now because they are still in the build process. When it's finishing rendering the statics and compiling them, then now since they are done, now we can just run dev and it should be fine. We don't need actually to start before. We're just gonna remove also command before start. Just run dev, sorry. Yes, let me just save and then So I'll leave this one compiling. I'm just gonna grab a few things on this hard drive. Don't have to write everything again from scratch. Let me just no, this is my compiler. Like that. Okay, let me just so it should be here somewhere. Hmm. So let me just take a copy of this folder, put it outside here. I then cancel. Once I have it here, so I'm just gonna need to look for. Oh, this is our folder. Just gonna remove this hard drive. And let's look to our Tory. It's nearly done. Just the first time it may take a while because it's just compiling all the packages. As you can see, it's a huge list. To be compiled quickly may take a few seconds. It's really nice actually app. I built it with Tori before, multiple apps for disks. Like I said, what's nice about it, if you build your dust folder, you don't have actually to run two compilers, you just run one actually, which is reading the compile folder. In other words, if you don't have internet at home, you don't actually, doesn't need to go to the browser to get the whole HTML text and get printed. You can have your HTML written down over there and just making communication with the backend, which is the server, to get back just the data. The component could be built inside. As you can see, this is a Tori window. As I said to you, it's really nice, really easy, not complex actually to be building with, and it's really live. Like if we have run the compiler, for example, if I want to run it, there is a way to run it while actually live compiling. What you can do is highlight the server, do not add the start, but you're gonna open first another terminal. You're gonna run start. First, you're gonna run your compiled URL and wait for the URL to be built and complete so you don't get the errors like we were getting earlier. Then wait for it to be built. This is the development way of doing it. So you can actually run it and do modification without having to reload each time that you modify your script. Now, just gonna give it a few seconds to load for us in a normal browser. Here you can add configuration of the windows. You can actually, if I remember correctly, you can hide the bar in the top. I think if you do here, allow on bottom, allow always on top, create, div, focus, Java, main, short, top, identifier, title bar, visibility, window effects, browser extension, color, center, hidden title, Java disable, JavaScript, minimum height, present, workflow. I'll be showing you the bar, don't worry. I can grab it from certain configuration. Visible on all workspaces, window effect. Anyway, to not mess our configuration at the moment, we can mess up later things. At the moment, let's focus on showing you how things run. So we're just gonna run now. And as you see, as I said to you earlier, it's just the first time that you build, and after that, as you are seeing, it's not running and compiling everything back again over from scratch. It's going from the recent compile and just put in the configuration. Now it should be targeting, and as you see, it says ask this not found index HTML. Let's see what did it do. Yeah, now okay, so let it again build one more time. What's this? Not found index HTML. What? Well, I should actually now over here. So since I had the Toria application before, it's easy actually to go and grab and have a look at the config. A while in unused, so I'm just gonna give it a quick look to the config and it should be fine. Let me double check it's maybe into the TypeScript. Actually, we should keep our config as that. Let me try again. Sorry. Should give us this index. Alright, index not found. So let me just open some of my old projects. As you can see, I used to use the dust folder, which is I have it there, which I will public. Yeah, this is our project Expo, which actually I have made a totally inside here too. You can use this one, but not the sorry. Let's just grab the config. I'm not looking. Okay, I think I know what is the problem is. So it's because we were running a build command. My apologies for this. Run before. Just put it as this one. Now, instead of running the build and then passing the index, it should pass this one. Still getting not found index. Strange. Oh yeah, we can actually look at the index. So, sorry, it opened the wrong directory. Then I don't remember how did I fix it last time. Actually, I had to run through a lot of things to just bypass that. I think it was in the configurations over here. We set it a dust inside. As you see, we don't have any index. But I think in our app.js, nope. Put it output static. Handling stuff. Mm. Actually, let me check. Okay, it is the asterisk actually not found since story required asterisk to be here. Which is this one over here into the dust. Anyway, let's stop story. See if we have any build. No. No, no, no. Okay, let's try again. Okay. I think the problem is the navigation, which actually doesn't return the index. If we check this project, I remember I never add any index. It's still working in this one over here. If I added now the URL, it's still gonna pick